Okay, so we're going to do an example in this video of a purchase, return, and a payment for this, and we're going to have a purchase discount on it. So you're the company and you purchased merchandise on account from a supplier for $6,500. So right now we know we purchased on account, which means no cash changed hand, and the invoice price of it $65,000. So the initial invoice $65,000. My terms are 1, 10, and 30. 1, 10, and 30. So my discount, if I choose to take it, and we always assume that they are in this particular book, is 1%. So when I'm booking in the first place, I need to do inventory, but I need to take out the discounted part. So the discount in dollars, I can take the 65,000 times 1%, gets me 650. So I debit inventory for 65,000 minus the discount of 650. If this is on account, I'm going to credit accounts payable to book the liability for the same amount, because that's how much I'm going to actually owe. Then the problem goes on to say, I'm journalizing the purchase right now. We got journalizing the purchase, return, and payment eventually, but right now we're just journalizing the purchase. The problem goes on to say, this is the purchase. And now we're going to journalize the next part of the problem, which is the return. So this is the purchase. So it says that the company returns $75,000 worth of merchandise and received full credit. Now, the issue is that we've already taken the discount, which means I need to take the discount out and not show on my books that I returned $7,500. So my return, $7,500, but that's my undiscounted return. So my discount on return, I would simply take the 7,500 times the 1%, which is 75. And I need to show that I no longer owe this money. Okay, so I need to debit the liability account for 7,500 minus the 75. So I no longer owe them $64,000. I now owe them $64,000 minus the 7,400 because I returned it. I don't owe them for something that I gave back. I also no longer own it. So I need to credit the inventory account, the asset account, to show that I no longer own this inventory. So I'm going to credit inventory for $74.25. So now I've done the purchase, I've done the return. Now what happens when I actually pay the invoice, and it has to have been within 10 days to get, so we pay it within 10 days, paid in 10 days, so that they get the discount. So now I need to figure out how much I owe. Now you can come out and do a T account. If you're comfortable with T accounts, that's perfectly fine. You could do one for accounts payable, and you'd see what the balance is between these two. For me, it's kind of easier just to keep in my head to see, okay, this increased accounts payable by 64,000. So at that point, that's what I owe. Now that I've returned some, I don't owe that much. I need to subtract out 74.25, and that is the amount that is in my accounts payable that I actually owe. And since I'm paying in cash, the last part would be paid with cash. So this is the purchase, this is a return, and this is the paying of the invoice within the discount period. In this case, that's 10 days.